So you guys, we have the one and only Adidas Adizero Adios Pro 4. Give me your comments on these shoes down below in the comment section and let me know if you guys will actually like me to get them on hand and give you guys my little spiel on the shoe. But with that being said, let's go ahead and see what they got to say. And I'm sure they got some valuable information.
And Robbie, before we get started on this review, we don't do disclosures, but I feel like this time we need to say something.
That's fair, yeah. Because we just ran the Berlin Marathon in Berlin, Germany. And it was also a double kind of trip, a press trip to learn more about.
Y'all hear this? I ain't gonna lie, if y'all are unfamiliar with Believe in the Run, they actually run with the shoes that they test. Like they actually really use the shoe and they really test it out before they give you guys information. So this definitely is a valid source. Y'all gotta check them out if you haven't already.
And the Evo SL.
And the Evo SL. So they kind of came
Hold on,
out.
y'all. I got
kind of right now. They kind of trip, a press trip to learn more about the shoe that we're holding right now.
And the Evo SL.
And the Evo SL. So they kind of came out in tandem. And obviously, if you watch our videos, or if you watch anyone's videos on YouTube, you know this, you've seen this. And yeah, we went there. We ran the race. We got our bibs via Adidas, but we have a full experience in the shoe. And it's up to you whether you believe that we can provide an honest review for you. I think you're gonna be surprised. I think we have the good, the bad, and the ugly about the shoe.
Part of our thing is that we've always given honest reviews. Now, it gets confusing because you'll see other reviewers out there that don't get the opportunities that we get. But at the same time, those opportunities are the things that give us the inside information. We get to meet the designers. We get to talk to the team, see why they made choices in the shoes that they made, why they used the materials they made, why the shoes shaped the way it shaped. Everything down, all the minutia of the design process. So we come into this.
And I just realized right now, look at all the shoes they got in the background, y'all. Like, they have been around for a minute. And I'm not going to lie, they really have that access, which is, it's super dope to have a channel like this. Because I ain't going to lie, I don't have access to all these different sneakers. I will one day, so y'all stay tapped in and hit that subscribe notification bell so you stay tapped in. And we just hit 1,000 subscribers today. And it is May 8th, you guys. So I'm super appreciative of all y'all watching this video right now. Even if you're not subscribed, I appreciate you for even tuning in. But yeah, y'all, we definitely gonna get to that point for sure. We just gotta work our way up.
More than maybe other people know about the shoes, and then we get the chance to run them and give you our experience. And we also, believe it or not, when we talk to the brands about doing these experiences, we say, hey, this isn't gonna change how we review the shoe, which they're happy with. And at the same time, like, that's what we do. If we started catering and doing promotions for their brands, then it wouldn't.
Yeah, and it's actually pretty cool because they appreciate the honest feedback, because nobody can give the real criticisms or honest feedback about a shoe. And I think we'll do that with this shoe. We'll do this with every shoe, and by the end, you'll see pretty much our opinion lines up with, I think, anyone else that's running it.
And additionally, if that doesn't convince you or you still have concerns, guess what? There's lots of other people gonna review the shoe. Go check it out from them. We're gonna give you our honest review here, and let's get to it.
All right, cool.
Real. Let's get to it. I'm pretty hyped. They look kind of like the Evo SL. I'm not gonna lie to you. They look kind of light, not as light as the Evo SL.
This has actually been a long time coming.
It actually might be. I'm not gonna lie.
It's been 2.5 years since the Adios Pro 3 came out, which is a long time in this terms of race day shoes, right? Really any shoe.
Yeah. Why did Adidas say they do that?
I mean, they told us they were trying to get it right, just going through a lot of iterations. They had all 6 prototyping round, what they call creative rounds, at the demo or shoe launch for this. So we were checking them out, and you know, most shoes go through like 2 or 3 iterations before release. They went through a full 6, took it everywhere around the world. One model had all the dirt from Kenya all over it. The result is a totally.
I ain't gonna lie, yo, that's crazy they said that, because y'all, I'm from Kenya. As y'all can see the bracelet. If y'all don't know, now you know. I'm from Kenya. So I know there's a lot of good runners out there, but that's crazy that they came from Kenya. Or the shoes came from Kenya.
Let's get into it, because even the materials used here, Robbie, they had to create a new way of making this upper.
Yeah, so the Adios Pro 3, where is it? There we go.
Where is it?
So this used a engineered mesh upper that was, it had a lot of structure to it, but it was a little bit stiff. The fit was really hard to dial in for a lot of people. If you got it right, you got it right, but we've had some issues with the fit. It was a little bit, like I said, stiff altogether. So they went to really redesign the shoe, and they came up with this woven mesh upper.
Unidirectional woven mesh.
Yeah, so it stretches vertically but not laterally. And I got a little background info on this. So they ended up sourcing it from Japan through a contact that they worked with in the original OG Adios back in 2008. And they came back with this material that, like you said, is this almost, I don't know if it's magical, but it's cool. It's magic cool. It stretches in one direction, and like I said, not laterally.
It's very soft to the touch. It's very breathable. It almost feels like an apparel material.
Yeah, I was actually pretty shocked when I first held the shoe at how light and like you said, soft to the touch it was. I was
Is this
very
lighter
excited
than the
to see what it would
EVOS
feel
L
like
though?
on the foot. And you can see that there's
Curious
been
to
some
know.
changes as well to the tongue. They have a little lace pillow now. The tongue is stitched in on both sides. And then they have this light lock band, which you see can wraps around from the heel all the way up to the forefoot and back. And that's supposed to add additional structure to the shoe.
Another thing they did, Robbie, is they added a little more cushioning in the heel counter. A lot of people had complained about how the heel counter was rubbing the Achilles. So this time you can see inside, there's a full pillow all the way around the heel counter. And I have to say, we try a lot of different race shoes.
They don't look too
and
much,
it's the
but
one area because everybody's trying to keep them super light and super, race ready, that they don't always fit well.
This upper I thought fit very well, almost too well. We'll get into that. The lockdown in the midfoot and in the heel was pretty much perfect. Couldn't wait to get out in the shoe for my first workout in it. I think before the marathon, I did like an 8-mile workout in it, like a cut down, and
8
went
miles
really
is
well.
Crazy. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Comment down below if y'all runners out here. I ain't gonna lie, I'm yet to get in that lane, but I'm trying to just gain weight, y'all. If y'all didn't know already, man, high school I was always 120, maybe 130 on a good day. Ate like a full meal throughout the whole day, but yo, even 130 is pushing it. But anyway, long story short, man, I always been skinny, so I've been hitting the gym a lot, and now I'm at 160, y'all. I can't even believe I'm at 160. But I'm gonna probably do cardio around like 200. What y'all think about that? I'm 5'10", by the way, 5'10", 5'9". Do y'all think that's crazy? A lot of people around me have been saying that's kind of crazy weight for a person my size, but I feel like that's not even that big, especially because right now I don't even feel that big, for real. So it's like 200 pounds, 40 more pounds on my body. I think that would be pretty smooth, pretty cool.
We'll get
But
into
I
that
am
in a
yet to
second.
do cardio at
The fit
all. I don't do
itself
no cardio
just felt
whatsoever.
locked in the whole way through. I was really excited about that. It felt easier to get dialed in as opposed to Adios Pro 3.
Yeah.
I also
Now
wanted
they
to give a
start
shout
mowing
out.
the lawns, y'all. My bad. I'm so sorry for pausing this video so much. I just want to make sure we have some good quality audio, bro. It's like every time you try to record something, it's like they always ruining the vibes. Like every time. I don't know if it's because I record around the same times, but it's like I hope y'all can't hear that. Should be good though.
To the Easter egg
Feel a little hidden.
on the pull tab here.
This too shall pass.
And apparently they're doing different ones
For different
in the
models?
future.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Let's get into the ride of the shoe.
An all-new formulation of the Lightstrike Pro, which, Robbie, is a lot softer, a lot bouncier. It really now feels like one of those energetic race day shoes.
Yeah, and Adidas is pretty cagey about exactly what the Lightstrike Pro is. And we've seen, since the Adios Pro 1, every version has been kind of different. I mean, the first three were minor progressions, and then it really took a leap forward with this version, I feel like.
The difference is this feels more airy, more bouncy, a little more energetic off the foot, where the previous one still felt bouncy, but it had a denseness to it. Like
Yeah.
it's hard to explain. Like when you land in the Pro 3, it's not like a sink in, bounce, go. It's more like a doing, doing, doing bounce, but it's dense.
Yeah, I felt like the Adios Pro
said
3 was one of the
doing,
shoes that was a good shoe for
I don't know how that was
long
so
runs or the marathon. It's not going to give you the most that match.
I gotta watch that back. I ain't gonna lie.
I felt
Go. It's more like a
The Adios
when
Pro
you
was
land
like
in
what?
the Pro 3, it's not like a sink in, bounce, go. It's more like a doing, doing, doing bounce, but it's dense.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
felt
I
like
didn't
the
get-
Adios
I
Pro
didn't
3
get
was
what
one
you
of the
said.
shoes that was a good shoe for long runs or the marathon. It's not going to give you the most that magical bounce and pep in the underfoot, but it's gonna provide a really reliable ride. With, you know, those energy rods did give you some propulsion through the stride, but not as much as this shoe. I mean, this is more in that Vaporfly, Alphafly category. It really has
How much
leveled
do these
up, I
shoes
feel
go
like.
for? Do they even say
And
that?
honestly, this is,
Because I know Vaporfly,
I
they
feel like a
cost
real bridge
at least
between
200.
the Evo Pro 1 and the Adios Pro 3.
Definitely. I've run in both the Evo 1 and this shoe. And I have to say, I put it in our written review, that I think for me, I'd probably go with the Pro 4 over the Evo 1. Why? I mean, I'm not running a sub 2-hour marathon. I mean, nobody has yet, but except for Ilya Kipchoge. But it's really built for that maximum effort elite athlete, where this one's a little more democratic. But even though this is dialed back a little bit, this shoe still wants to go fast. This is not a shoe I would recommend for someone who's like, want to do the 4-hour marathon or above, and I'll get into that because that's what I did in Berlin as I paced with Aubrey. But the bounce, the feeling, and then they moved that fulcrum back of the toe spring to 60% from the back of the heel.
Right.
So it starts a little bit earlier and makes it feel a lot more aggressive.
Yeah, so they matched the geometry of the Evo Pro 1 with that 60% fulcrum. And
What's for dinner? Shop Ralph's for appetizing ingredients and big savings, like $600.
fulcrum, and even the energy rods themselves, the same design, same formulation in the energy rods as the Evo Pro. Forgot to mention stack height. It is the same as the last version, 39 in the heel, 33 in the forefoot. And like you said, that it's definitely a really bouncy ride.
So you come down, it's not a full slab of Continental rubber on the Pro 3. You're really just getting this red space here. That's the Continental rubber. And then this rubber is it's not a downgrade, I would say. It's something that we've seen them using in some of the Chinese racers out there, like the Li Ning uses a rubber like this. I felt like it was really tacky. During the marathon, we were running through water stops that had a lot of moisture on the ground. There was fire trucks spraying the course if you wanted to cool off. Went through the water. Never once did I feel like the...
I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of off topic, but kind of on topic. I gotta run me a marathon. It sounds pretty nice. Like as a nice accomplishment to really say I did a marathon. Like not to do just one, but multiple. But man, it sounds pretty like energizing and just like a dope experience overall, especially to travel for it. I ain't gonna lie, that's definitely a goal of mine for sure. I gotta hit.
Traction on the bottom was an issue.
Yeah, it was basically a wet t-shirt contest out there on the Berlin course. We unfortunately wore our black singlets, so we couldn't show off for the ladies. But anyways, running through the water, I was actually surprised. I never really trust when someone's like, oh yeah, this new rubber we have is as good as the other stuff. And I feel like even with the Evo Pro, that was kind of an issue. It's like they say it was as tacky as anything else, but the reality was it wasn't. I feel like this though,
Yeah.
with the zonal, they also like.
I like the word zonal.
You can see the zonal placement of these grips, or I wouldn't call them lugs, but
Traction.
They basically mapped out their athletes' footfalls and found the best places to put.
Like it's perfectly
Additional
smooth
grip.
over here.
Yeah.
You got some bigger stuff here where your foot's landing. Obviously a smooth, tacky strip of the Continental. It works really well.
Yeah, I thought it performed great. All right, Thomas, let's talk about the weight of this shoe real quick. This came in at
Gotta
what?
hit this.
Well, a US 10.5 came in at 7.5 or 215 grams, which, Robbie?
Is pretty light, first of all.
Yeah. And
What about the
It's
Evo
also
cell?
about an ounce
Compared to
lighter in your size than the Adios Pro 3. That's a significant weight loss.
lighter.
So that makes this about the same weight as the Vaporfly. The only thing that's a little lighter in the regular like $250 range would be the Metaspeed, Paris, Sky, and Edge.
Do you want to get into the ride of the shoe now?
Let's get into performance.
And our experience running the Berlin Marathon, 26 miles in the shoe.
So my first workout,
26 miles is crazy. Y'all can't even catch me running 26 miles until, man, I don't even know when. Man, I thought mile runs in school was crazy, but 26 miles is outrageous. Crazy.
I did also an 8-mile workout.
Your
I was
stamina gotta
surprised
be
how
100.
easy this shoe felt to get up into those paces and just kind of hold and feel that bounce. You get
I wonder-
really nice and
Do they be stopping y'all? If y'all out there and y'all be running these 26-mile runs, do y'all be stopping? Because if you don't, man, salute to you.
from that
That
point
is crazy.
where you're coming off the toe. that like sends feedback for you to be like, speed it up, lean forward.
Yeah, but it's at the same time, it's not aggressive in the way that some rockers are, like say even with the Asics Metaspeed or Metaspeed Sky or some other shoes that have a very rigid plate that does feel good, but I feel like can, depending on the person, can wear on you after a while. I feel this is a little bit more flexible, but you still get that toe off. And propulsion. I think this is a shoe that really rewards the faster paces. So even though I was running at my goal marathon pace, which is a PR pace, and I did get a PR on the day, I felt like when I had to push it, which was the last 5K of the race, when I was trying to make sure I got under my goal time, that's when I was like, honestly, I was surprised when I picked it up. It was like 40 seconds faster than my original pace, and I was like,
What's his
thing,
original
like,
pace?
really sprung to life.
Bro, it's
And I
gonna
thought,
edge us on
okay,
it and not
I
tell us?
feel like this is really, really who the shoe is for. If you're even faster, I feel like you're really gonna like it.
Yeah, this one rewards you for what you put in, you get out.
Yeah.
So if you do start kicking the legs a little faster and put that effort in, and this is where it kind of gets weird because, like, okay, for us, a fast marathon pace is going to be anything under 8-minute miles and kind of cruising out. For Megan, it's like the low 6s and that kind of stuff. So it's a different feel that we're getting out of the shoes. But I think that if you're trying to do your faster pace, this shoe will reward you for it. I don't know that it's great as you start to kind of try to ease off.
If you are and you tell me 4.5 hour or longer, 5-hour marathoner, I think there's probably better options out
Dude,
there.
I would have gone with the Evo SL in hindsight.
Yeah, or even, I mean, in that case, you can go from anything from the Asics Super Blast to the, the Diodora Gara Carbon,
the SC Elite from New Balance,
the SC Elite, the S-Lab Spectre.
I'd even go with the Saucony Pro. The
Yeah,
Endorphin
same. So I think this is. I'm not saying you can't wear this.
This is a performance shoe, though.
This is very much a performance shoe.
So Aubrey was doing his first marathon. He wanted to run a 4:30. I'm like, great, I'll pace you to a 4:30.
4:30 mile? Don't tell me to talk about
He
a
ended up running
4:30 mile.
4:25, so we shaved 5 minutes on it. Congrats, Aubrey. And it
Wow.
was a fine shoe until it wasn't. Like, I felt like me going at that pace was starting to hurt my feet a little bit. What I was getting was, you were talking about this arch cutout. I felt like that was causing some stress after a while on my left foot. And the other thing is, I don't know that I would half size up in this shoe, but I feel like it's like a quarter size short.
Yeah, and that was my problem with the fit, is that it felt so good on those shorter runs. Like I said, that 8-mile workout that I did, it felt like it fit
shorter.
perfectly.
8 miles
I
is
knew my
not
toes
short.
were a little bit close, but it had probably half a thumb's width in the front of the shoe. But then on race day, it has this somewhat rigid bumper right here, reinforced toe bumper, and over the course of the 26 miles, it pounded my big toe to purple status. I don't even know what you would call that. Grimace.
And you were racing. You were trying to do your hard effort. I was doing a slower effort, and my left toe just got banged up in it too. But I'm equating it to, you know, if I'm not up on my toes, my foot's gonna slide down a little bit. So I'm not sure if it's the shoe's fault. I would have liked maybe just a little, like maybe a quarter.
And that's what I'm trying to figure out, because I'm like, if I go up a half size, then does it fit fine? I think it would still fit fine throughout, because it was a pretty snug fit the whole way through. So I think going up a half size would be fine. Can't say for sure though. You're just gonna have to figure that out on your own, I guess. That's the thing. I love the fit. It was a little bit snug. I think Carl felt like it was a little bit snug as well.
They did a new last for this shoe just because of the way this upper worked. They had to kind of like play with it. So I'm wondering if maybe it is a little bit smaller than maybe the Pro 3 last.
I mean, this isn't a shoe for wide foot people.
No.
If you have any,
Don't even try to squeeze into this, Jarrett.
Yeah, he will though.
I know.
He'll put those
He
on.
name dropping.
Even though they're filthy.
They'll be gross. I mean, my toes are still recovering. This is 9 days later.
Didn't help that you
By
stuck
the
a
way,
pin through your nail.
throw a tip on there. Throw a tip in those comments, and I'll send you some photos. We're getting into that. Links in the description. Link in bio.
Get a picture of Robbie's dirty toe.
By the way, 2 people have asked me for pictures.
They're OnlyFans.
And I sent them, and they didn't even give me any money in return.
Well, you know what? You need to start your own OnlyFans channel.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Comment if you think I should do that.
Overall, Robbie, I think this shoe achieves what they're trying to achieve, which is it is a fast day rocket. Where I find that maybe it kind of lacks is that if you're going to put in a spectrum of shoes that you could use for race day and you say, okay, here's the paces that people are running and shoe can handle all these, I would say this shoe is a little more of a snob, and it's going to want those people that are up on their toes, racing a little bit faster, a little bit harder to get the most out of this shoe.
For someone who wants the best on race day, I feel like it's there as long as you get that fit dialed in right. I would probably take it out for a test run, up to like a long run to make sure you're good with the fit for race day. All right, so we're testing out a new rating system here. So we're doing 3 5-point categories for a total of 15 points. Form, fit, and function. So form, let's get into it, Thomas.
All right, well, give them what form means.
Yeah, so form is basically the design of the shoe, the lacing, the geometry, and basically how it fits. Not how it fits, but just the general design overall.
The overall build.
I mean, general overall, I love this look of this shoe. I think it's great. I'll give it a 5.
Yeah, I would give it a 5. I might give it a 4.5 just because I know I'm going to put this into the form section, the gap in the medial, which I feel like could be an issue for some people.
You think that caused an issue?
Not for me,
Okay.
but personally, it's a 5. But I'm just saying, it could be a 4.5.
All right.
As far as the fit, obviously it wasn't perfect for me.
I have to say, it's one of the better fitting uppers. It was that little bit of shortness in the toe that's going to knock it down for me to a 4.
Yeah, I would give it a 4 as well because I loved everything everywhere else. The upper feels amazing. The lacing.
Okay, we solid.
Just did everything
so
right,
far.
except it just runs a little bit short.
Yeah, you know how sometimes in the shoes, when you're walking in the race day shoes, you get that gap right here? Mm-hmm. This one?
Yeah, you don't have that.
No.
And the last one is function, of course. How it rides, how it performs, how it is on race day. And
see, this one's tough for me because I would give it 2 different ratings. Mm-hmm. For what they intended to do with the shoe, I think it's right up there, 5. Like what they designed this shoe for,
right?
It nails it. What I would say that I would take a little bit off for is that it's not as democratic as some of the other shoes, so that this isn't going to be as easy for everybody to strap into and enjoy. I think that you really do want to be at least sub 4-hour marathon pace in this.
Yeah. So I guess from the general user perspective, what would you give it? What would you say? 4? 4.5?
4.5.
Okay, it's 4.5. And then if you're straight performance, way better runner than us.
Yeah.
Probably a 5.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll say 4.5, 4.5, 5, 9. So what was that 13? 13 out of 15?
No, in that.
Wait.
You gave it a 5 and 2 4.5. So that makes it a 14.
What I mean.
14.
13.5, 14. Dude, someone go back and do the math.
Yeah.
Look, it's our first time doing this. You got to forgive us a little bit.
So, Robbie, that puts it at like 14 points, which on our scale, if we were going to give it the lights.
I feel like people like the lights. You got to keep the lights.
Yeah. That's a green.
It is a green. By the way, we didn't mention the price. $250. I think at $250. I was actually surprised that it was going to cost
I didn't know the price. So $250. That kind of changed the ball game for me. I thought these were going to be like a slight little, like 100, maybe a high 100, but I didn't think 200. Damn. So this is a race day shoe for sure. Gotta be for that price. Okay, okay, cool. $250 though, I really gotta try them. I wonder if they really compare like how close they are to the Evo SL. But I think I actually have a reaction video I'm going to react to. So y'all hit that notification bell and subscribe because that is coming real soon on the channel, if not before this video. But yeah, that's kind of crazy. $250. I was not expecting that.
I feel like $250. Look, we're talking the same price that the Vaporfly was 6 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the review. Listen, I hope you, I hope you get to try the shoe. I hope you enjoy this review. Anything else?
Yeah, people are going to be disappointed because we're going to review the Evo SL soon. And don't get that confused with the Evo 1. The SL is kind of like the daily trainer version. And
No cap, y'all. And that is basically a wrap of the video, but I have good news. So don't go to the next video just yet. But if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know your comments down below about this shoe in the comment section. But as they were saying, they're about to do the review on the Evo SL, but I actually did this on my channel already. So if you do want to go ahead and check that video out, go ahead and click right here, and that will be a great follow-up. I'll see you in that one.